What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Jonathan here talking to you about health and fitness. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the positives and the negatives of working out alone. Okay, most people they have a workout partner. That partner pushes them, drives them, and at the same time, the one that's doing the pushing can be held back and pulled down from their way of working out, their routine, their pace. And it's always positives and negatives to everything in life. And for me, my choice, I feel like no one can really be on my pace, the type of pace that I like to go on. I get up at 2:30 in the morning, and I be at the gym at 3 a.m. And I'll say about 95% of the time, I'm the only one there at that time. I went to the gym at 3 this morning. It was somebody there. It was somebody there. I have seen this guy there a few times, very few times. He was in there this morning. And but like I said, 95% of the time, I'll be the first one there. So I don't expect somebody to keep up with me, a workout partner, because everybody has different things going on in their life. And as far as me with kids, I'd rather go ahead and get my workout out of the way. Therefore, my whole day is ahead of me. I ain't got to worry about getting my workout in. And plus, also, an empty gym, what? An empty gym is like a gold mine to me. When you see that empty gym, man, you got everything to yourself. Whatever you need to do, you don't have to wait on somebody to get through with sets. Hey, bro, how many more sets you got? Ain't got to worry about none of that. So the empty gym is the best thing, the best feeling that you can have. Uh, and at the same time, that's me though. Everybody's different. You know, I like to be focused. I'm locked in. I don't need music. I don't need motivation. I'm just right there. I'm so locked in and focused. I'm going to get the job done. I want to be connecting the mind to the muscle, the mind into the muscle. I want to feel it. I want to feel that burn, like my muscles are about to lock up and cramp. So I don't expect somebody to be on my level. However, I know there's people out there just like me. I'm not the only one. But in my area, in my schedule, and just the type of way that I am, I've been doing it so long. This is the negative part, I feel like. It has made me antisocial. I always been kind of an antisocial type person anyway. Since I got out of high school, I never hung around, kicked it with no guys or nothing. I was always with a girl, or her friends or something like that. I didn't really do, kick it with no dudes like that since I got out of high school. But anywho, that's the negative part. I feel like because not everybody wants to be antisocial, and it's done come that I realize now. Like I look forward to just having a gym to myself. Now people come in gradually, a few, but I wouldn't dare go in the gym in the evening time. Like now, like right now, it's about 1:30. I wouldn't dare go in the gym right now. You know, if I had to, I would, but that's what my home gym is for. I work out here in the evening time and sometime in the morning time too. If I don't like get up and go to the gym at early in the morning, because by me working night shift, when I get off, I go to sleep. Then when I wake up in the by lunchtime or so in the evening, I come back here and get a workout. I don't go drive up there. I can work out here until my kids get off the bus. I'm already right here at the house. So, and if the gym shuts down, anything happen, the pandemic. One thing the pandemic taught me is have everything at the house that you possibly can get. When that gym shut down, oh man, people were losing their minds. They were selling weights at an all-time high. All this stuff was getting sold so high because they know people wanted it and they needed it because all the gyms was closed. So that's why I got my home gym for that. And of course, my home gym lacks the equipment that the gym has, public gym that I go to. I don't have a whole lot like that, but I got the basic things that I would need to do every muscle group. I have a T-bar row that I can do my back, thing that I can connect the bar to, the barbell to. I have bench press, I have incline, I have a sit-up seat, I have the forearm roller, I have the pull-down cable. Shoot, I got a squat rack that it'll turn into. I got a heavy tire that I flip and I also put on my back and do push-ups with. Uh, I got a dip station. So I got pretty much everything a gym has. I just don't have those machines. I have more of the free weights, which I prefer the free weight anyway. And the main thing I don't got at home that I need is a pull-up bar. I need a pull-up bar. Yeah, but yeah, I got everything here, and I'm so used to doing it myself. You know, if somebody wants to come over here and work out with me, I have a lot of people always say, "Oh man, I want to work out with you." Yeah, I'm more than welcome. I never turn that down to work out with somebody, you know. But I know it's not going to be a consistent thing because it would throw me off my routine and my habits, and it would probably throw them off. You know, there's a saying that iron sharpens iron. That is true. Iron does sharpen iron. You need somebody to push you to make you the better. But what about that person that's better? They're not getting pushed. You're not getting pushed. You know, you really bringing me down. I'm not getting any better. I'm helping you get better. However, you know, so you know the iron sharpens iron, and crap softens crap and makes it smell even worse too. So crap softens crap at the end of the day. So it's positives and negatives to everything, you know. So the positive is, yeah, that person's gonna gain knowledge, strength, and reach their fitness goals. But at the same time, you may bring that other stronger individual down somewhat. So, you know, it's negatives and positives to everything. And one thing about it, a person like me and most people that successful in life, they have help. They didn't do it on their own. But at the end of the day, it took them to be the one to actually get that work done. I tell my kids all the time, it's up to you. You got to choose what you want to do. You got to make yourself study for the exam. You got to push yourself to want to be the best, to want to behave better, who want to do anything, whatever it is that you need to do better. Because at the end of the day, it's on you. It's on you. You know, yeah, iron sharpens iron, but it's plenty people out there that solo doloing with it. You know, for instance, you got Blank Man, you got Meteor Man. Both of these brothers were superheroes. They didn't necessarily have a sidekick. Of course, Blank Man had his brother, and you know, he had J5 too. Meteor Man, you know, he had the meteor, that was his power. So, but at the end of the day, it was those two individuals that basically did it. They got the job done. And you always got to have that mind frame, though, you know, that it's a possibility that you will be here on your own in situations. You're going to be in some situations on your own. So, how I train myself, you know, I'm doing it on my own. Like, and it's sad to say, you know, for my occupation, I always had a mind frame that, you know, nobody's gonna come save me. True enough, somebody may will, but I have the mind frame that nobody's gonna save me. So I always had that thought in my head. I'm a train mentally, physically, spiritually. You know, I'm gonna train myself to accomplish what I need to if I'm in that situation that I ain't got no help. Whether that's being, you know, in a ride, whether that's being I gotta do a lot of paperwork. I'm gonna train myself so I can get the job done. But those are some positives and negatives from working out alone. You know, if I could find somebody that's just like me, say for instance, I could find somebody just like me who had the same schedule, same drive, same, you know, pretty much everything. I feel like I've been working out so long by myself, I still would want to just do it on my own. You know, because those days of trying to get, you know, PRs, lift so heavy, yeah, them days pretty much over with for me. I don't really care about, you know, throwing up all this amount of weight. You know, I don't even like uh, doing the barbell flat bench like I normally used to do in the past, you know, because as you get older, those shoulders ain't gonna lie, boy. You know, I prefer the dumbbells now. I will get up under there though, but I'm not finna put 4 plates on there by myself, Not right now, anyway. You know, I gotta work myself back up to that. If I was, I feel like I have no need for that anymore. You know, some people call it ego lifting. You know, but I was just always pushing myself. You know, just if I had a spotter, I would push myself to see how stronger I could get. Now, if I had a workout partner, I'm pretty sure I could have got at least 50 to 60 more pounds on my PR. You know, probably more than that. But that's just the positives and the negatives, and I am fine with the negatives. You know that I get from working out alone. I'm fine with those negatives because I feel like the positives outweigh the negative. For me, that's just for me. Now, some people, the negative will outweigh the positive working out by themselves. Again, to each his own. You know, you got to do what's best for you, and this is what's best for me. So at the end of the day, if you want a workout partner and you feel like you have to have that, you know, you just got to have it to push you. Go hire you a personal trainer. You know, at the gym. You know, see their rates, how much it costs. Because some people need that. You know, some people need it. You know, I had to push my wife sometimes. You know, I don't really say too much. She see how I'm working out and stuff. I feel like how disciplined I am, I got my routine. That kind of motivates her. And, she come and ask me for some tips and stuff. I'll give it to her. But at the end of the day, it's got to be up to her to choose, to get the right meals in, drinking the water, staying away from certain type of foods and everything. Because everything starts in the kitchen. Everything starts in the kitchen. But again, I'm not going to hold you long. It's your boy Jonathan. Just making a little video about the positives and the negatives of working out alone. Because I always worked out alone. And I'm going to work out alone until I'm gone. And that's just the way it is. And I'm happy with that. And on that journey, for me working out alone, I will run into individuals that may want to work out with me. And we going to get it in. We can get it in. And who's to say, I might run up on, somebody that can hang with me, and I might enjoy it. Who knows? I might enjoy it. I doubt it. It ain't nothing against that individual. I like to be alone. You got some people out there, we just like to be alone. We just like to be alone. But again, it's your boy Jonathan. Y'all stay fit. Y'all stay focused. And most importantly, y'all stay disciplined. Peace out.